Welcome to our hockey after hour. I'm Pit Pens Pats. We have at Andrew Paddock
Hello.
and at Ron Ron in a box. No, what are you
Hello.
doing?
Just a heads up. Our regular Ben, Sardines Packet, or Packed actually, he's unavailable tonight because of finals. So he's going to be taking a leave of absence for a couple days, a couple podcasts, I guess.
Yeah, I think he said he'll be back maybe Monday or next Thursday.
So, like, two cast?
Yeah, one or two casts.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
But I guess
So,
get right into the thick of it. We do have a lot to talk about. There
Yes,
was
we
three
do.
game sevens
oh
last night.
yes.
And we just saw the Boston Montreal game one end literally like 10 minutes ago.
So
Yeah.
let's dive right into it. Um, what do you guys want to do first?
Let's talk about the game sevens first, and then talk about the round two game.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So the first game seven was Flyers Rangers, and that ended. Um, I think that was like what 2-1 yesterday.
It was, yeah, 2-1. Rangers scored 2 goals in the second period. Then Cam Atkinson scored the Flyers' only goal of the game in the third.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, Lundqvist played pretty well, I guess.
Yeah.
yeah.
I, I think Mason did a pretty good job too. Like
Supposedly
two goals,
Mason
no
played the game
defense.
concussed.
Yeah, I'm always kind of iffy about that because that's just not good shit to do.
Oh,
Pardon
definitely
the
not.
offense, but like it's dangerous, you know. Like
Yeah.
there's just been so many cases where you rush a player back in or he plays with a concussion in, and sometimes it works out. The Mason still played pretty damn well, but that that could actually have some serious consequences, like just in terms of your health. Like I just don't agree with that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either. Like, I mean, it's always so crazy to hear like what people played through. Like, freaking, what was it? RJ Umberger played through like a herniated disc, a broken finger, and some other shit. And it's like, why would you do that to yourself?
Jesus. And let's not forget last year with Patrice Bergeron.
Yeah,
Good God.
Yeah, that was just, what the hell are you doing, guy?
yeah. It was like people like that. It's just like what? Why? I don't
I mean,
know.
like I sort of get the mentality of, oh, hockey players are tough and we gotta play through it for the team and whatnot, but I just think it's reckless. Like it's just not good for your body, and the consequences they're pretty bad. I'm just, ugh.
Oh, RJ Umberger played through a broken finger, separated shoulder, and a herniated disc. Like, that's crazy. Like, Henrik Zetterberg was out for how long with a herniated disc?
Um, hmm, for some time.
Yeah, like, I think he was out for like 3 or 4 months.
That sounds about right. I know he didn't come back until the middle of the playoffs and
Yeah,
rest of
and
the year.
he was out before the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's like my mom has 3 herniated discs and she can like barely walk.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I think my dad has had one at one point. But anyway, that's just insane. And not only that, just think about Mason's probably going to be a goaltender next year and the following seasons. It could really curtail his playing ability
Mhm.
based off one concussion, considering concussions are very fickle to begin with. the recovery rate, and how to go about treating them.
Yeah. Like,
Uh,
concussions are, like, one injury I would never even wish upon my, like, worst enemy.
yeah, I've had 2 of them, and they're not fun.
Oof.
Yeah, I would just straight up go for like flat out murder if I wanted to like hurt someone. I would just go for straight murder rather than give them a concussion because a concussion would be kind of mean to do.
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna put them through pain, I might as well just end it. Also,
See,
I swear I'm not an actual murderer, but
I tend to root for, like, girls for all their hair to fall out. You know, something that's cosmetic that would just ruin their life and make them feel like shit about themselves.
I just go for bad luck, like, oh, I forgot my keys and now I'm locked out of my house, or oh, I forgot my keys and I'm locked out of my car. It's just like, now you're not gonna be going anywhere.
I once locked my keys out of my apartment building. It was terrible. They're inside my apartment building. I had to wait for someone to like get in or to like open the door. I like followed someone like up to one of the doors to like come in. It was kind of creepy.
Thank God my roommate was in the apartment today because I locked myself out when I was doing laundry, and then I just started kicking the door to get his attention to open it up. But anyway, now let's go to the fun game last night, Minnesota Colorado.
Freaking Minnesota.
absolute hell of a game, man. That was real fun to watch.
I actually missed it because I got a migraine like right after the first ended. So I just went to bed. I couldn't watch it. Like my head was like exploding.
I couldn't
I'm so
watch it because
glad
I
I
don't have
missed it.
CNBC, so
Oh,
yeah, stupid not having a channel.
do you have like
Yeah,
university cable?
We have of the NBC channels, we have NBC Sports Network, regular NBC, and MSNBC. We don't get CNBC.
Ah, that's the worst.
Yeah, they added. My school added channels because they sent out a poll like, "Hey, we know some of you don't like having like 5 ESPNs and 3 Nickelodeons and no Bravo or VH1 or E. So here, just write down the channels you want. We'll add them." And they did just that.
Yeah, I when I lived on cable, I'm pretty sure we had like HBO too.
We have like two HBOs.
yeah. Actually, though, like that was like the biggest gripe living at university, just not having HBO
Yeah.
and having to like wait to like whenever I could actually get like a download going. By the way, I don't condone this illegal activity, but you know,
I mean, for Game of Thrones, I guess it's good. I'm like catching up because I like just started watching a few weeks ago. I'm on like season 3 now, like episode 3. Some crazy shit has happened.
I'm out of the Game of Thrones loop. I watched
Oh,
the
you should watch
first
it.
2 seasons, and I haven't watched the rest.
You should totally watch it. It's so good.
I need to get
yeah,
back on the horse. It was
I
so good.
I
I
found a
totally
website that's
should read the book.
translated, so I've been
I've
doing
been told
that.
so many times to read the books, and I just haven't, and I don't know why.
I
Mostly,
haven't
actually, I do
had
know
time.
it's because I'm cripplingly lazy.
Once I graduate, I will do that.
These books are so big. Speaking of HBO, did any of you guys watch True Detective by any chance?
No, I don't watch that.
Ah, should
Someone
really.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yep, you guys should really give that a shot. It was such a great show.
I hear my friends talking about it. Is it on HBO?
Yep, it's on HBO Go right now.
Kabogo.
Yep.
I guess going back on track, instead of being our HBO cast, Last game, LA Kings and San Jose Sharks.
I don't even think we talked about Minnesota.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
wow.
We got sidetracked pretty fast.
Par
let's
for the course.
Yeah, we're really good at that.
uh, let's do Sharks Kings first because this could just be a quick summary. I knew Los Angeles was going to win this game, even though in the first period San Jose put up a tough fight. It just faded away right away, and the Kings took over.
I'm happy the Kings won.
I'm not.
Your bracket's so busted.
My bracket went to crap last night.
I saw you trying to not swear there.
Yeah, this is a
My
family show.
my bracket
Dang.
was bad, like, after, like, the first, like, 4 series ended, because I had the Red Wings winning, I had Tampa Bay winning, I had the Flyers winning, and I had the Blues winning.
Yeah, I had Detroit too, and the Flyers. Actually, no, I had Chicago and Montreal. No, the biggest one was really Tampa Bay and no, not Tampa Bay, San Jose and Philly both going out last night. So it went to crap.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the Kings and the Ducks and the Penguins. Those are the only picks I got right.
Um,
And I had the
I
Blues
got
doing
mine real fucked up. I thought San Jose would have it in 7. I thought Tampa would have it in, I think, 6. And then I think I did get Boston right. Um, I can't remember much else. I did get the Ducks, but like, man, my bracket, I had like, I think 20 points. It was just brutal.
Yeah, I have like 30, and I have freaking the Blues going to the Western Conference Finals. No, I have the Blues going to the Stanley Cup Finals. Sorry, it's like, well, there's that.
I'm just upset that the Sharks are out, and my Sharks jersey is coming either tomorrow or Saturday in the mail.
Who did you get?
I got it was a toss up between either Hurdle or Vlasic or Pavelski. I ended up getting Hurdle. I got their black jersey.
Ooh.
Yeah, that jersey's sexy.
Yeah, it's really sexy.
Yeah.
I personally would have gotten Pickles.
I do like pickles.
I do too. Pickles is a good nickname too. I love it.
That was actually my ball hockey team this past term. That was our name, the Pickles. I actually had absolutely no idea why we were called the Pickles, and I think I wanted to put in a stupid hockey pun name, but then we didn't because we are cripplingly lazy. I think my favorite name that I saw was I had Kane, I Shaw, Iconicard.
Ooh, that's cool. There we go, hockey puns. We talked about that a few podcasts ago.
I don't think there'll ever be an episode where we don't have puns.
What?
There won't be an episode where we won't have puns.
Yeah.
So many puns.
Oh my god, you can make so many puns. I saw
I mean, like, at least this time it's related to hockey. I mean, remember that time when we just had bunny puns?
like Marc-Andre Furry and Patrice Bergeron.
Yeah.
Speaking of puns, I saw one a few weeks ago. Darth Malkin. That like made the little nerd in me a little happy.
I may have to
That's a
swipe
pretty good
that one. I may have to swipe that one for a fantasy hockey team name next year.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Which one?
Darth Malkin.
Oh, I thought you said a different one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a pretty good one.
I still like Stastny and Hutch.
Yeah, that's pretty good too.
That's a good one.
Anyway, actually back to hockey now. So let's actually talk about the Avalanche and the Wild in what was a wild, wild time in
Yeah.
Pepsi
Now,
Center.
super funny. Um, it was. I, I hate that I'm gonna about to say this since I just chirped before it, but it was actually a pretty wild game. It was very back and forth scoring. And quite frankly, some of those goals were absolute beauties. Spurgeon's clutch goal that tied the game at 3-3 with I think 2 minutes to go. That was an absolute beautiful shot. And man, I think while we all didn't have a lot of expectations for Colorado from the beginning of this season, I think the way they played towards the end of it was just really uninspiring. Like some of the games that they just had so few shots, and it's just you don't win hockey games with that few shots. If you want to case in point, you look at the Toronto Maple Leafs this year. They had very few shots and got outshot an absolute ton. And do you see them Do you see them playing in the off season? I don't.
Yeah, I wish I watched that game. It sounded like a great game. And it did it go to overtime?
It did.
Oh yeah,
Nino Ryder, former Islander, had a big game.
Yeah, he scored the winner, right?
Yep.
absolute rocket. Went right off the middle post, and I think a lot of people missed that it actually went in.
Hmm.
And the reaction was slow, but damn. Do you have any more comments on Game 7, or should we move on to tonight's festivities?
Um, just actually one question about last night's Wild game. Do you think this win gives them momentum into the Chicago series? I know
Um,
that'd be a better question to ask if Ben was here, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I think it could. Um,
I think
definitely. Um, I think it definitely does favor the Wilds this one, especially like with how big it is. I think what doesn't favor them is Darcy Kemper possibly being hurt.
Hmm.
Um, if he is hurt, that will really hurt them. But if Brizgalov plays well, then I think
say
they could
Briscoe.
put up a good fight.
Did you say Briscoe? That sounds weird. I thought it was Briscoe.
I say things weird.
Why you have to say things weird? His only name.
Why you have to be made?
uh, that man.
Yeah, I do think it could probably help Minnesota. I think they're probably a team that's going to take everything they can get. But at the same time, Chicago is one of the best teams out there. So,
Yeah,
like,
they're
I
probably gonna
think
be.
it could go either way.
Minnesota's probably gonna come out swinging right out of right once the right out of the first period. Um, just to try and get an advantage, most likely. But we shall see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one to watch.
Oh,
Um,
it's. I got my popcorn ready for that one.
Oh yeah, I'm
man,
gonna be.
I broke up the popcorn for tonight's game, man. Like Boston, Montreal, original six matchup. Oh, and they've got some bad blood.
Oh, that was a great game.
Like
Great way to
number
start
one
off the
star,
second round.
without a doubt, Carey Price. My God, that guy played out of his mind. And at the same time, I feel like he probably didn't play out of his mind because I feel like that guy is just a really goddamn good goalie.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a goalie like Price.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed watching the Olympics because not only did Canada have a ridiculous defense, whenever someone actually broke through Canada's defense, brick wall right there. And my God, like, he's just basically Montreal would have lost a very long time ago if it weren't for Carey Price and I guess a little bit of puck luck because they did miss a couple of open nets. I seem to recall missing, like, completely standing on one open net, and there were a couple times when the puck would just squeak by. But basically, by all accounts, I think Carey Price stole that game.
Yeah. So the games tomorrow. We have Pittsburgh playing the Rangers and the Hawks and the Wild. Who do you guys have winning those games in that series?
I have hold on, what is tomorrow? Oh. Okay. I have Chicago in 6, the Rangers in 7, and I think the Kings are going to beat the Ducks in 7.
All right. And what about the Bruins Habs series?
Oh, Montreal in 7.
All right. Um, I think that Pittsburgh will pull it out, but I could be the homer in me. Um, I think Montreal has the edge against Boston. They're faster. Um, I really don't know who's going to win Kings Ducks. I think the Kings may pull this out, and then I think the Hawks in 6.
I do think these are pretty tough to say. I do think the Bruins will beat up the Canadiens, mostly because of an irrational hatred for the Montreal Canadiens. Um, I'll say Game 7 though, because I do acknowledge that both of them do have very good teams, and I think they'll probably fight to the very end. Um, and again, if the Canadiens do pull it off, it will be all Carey Price. Um, Otherwise, Rangers and Penguins. Let's say Penguins in 6 maybe. Um, Wild and Blackhawks. As much as I'd like for the underdog Wild to win, I do think Blackhawks will probably pull this off in 5 or 6. And last series, Kings and Ducks. Tough one because they're both good teams, and personally, I do want the Kings to win because they are my second team. But then the Ducks also are really good, and also Team Solani. So I guess I could see this one going long to maybe 6 or 7 games. But I'm going to be extremely indecisive and not actually say which one, because it would break my heart if I had to pick.
Yeah, that series is really tough to pick.
It
With
really is.
the
Not yet.
Canadians Bruins series, one stat that I found interesting tonight is Rask has never beaten the Canadians on home ice in Boston. He's never won a game there.
Really?
Yeah,
That is wonky.
that is wonky as hell.
Like, you'd normally think home ice advantage would be a good thing, but apparently not.
Yeah. Unless the Canadians just get straight up in his head. Oh, another thing, that goal by Boychuk tonight, that was just a beautiful goal.
Well, absolute rocket.
Oh yeah, just a howitzer off the stick.
Yeah. Let's see here. A couple people weighed in on Twitter. Um, at J. Ooh, Britt just left. That's weird. At J. Eddington23, also known as Oshkosh the Josh. He says Hawks in 6, Bruins in 7, Pens in 6, Ducks in 7. I'm inclined to agree. That's not a bad selection. And
Very
at Twerk says Habs in 4. I think she's just being sad and melodramatic about doing right?
Knee-jerk reaction after game 1.
Yeah. Because honestly, if you ask me, I think that series is definitely going to go way past 4 games because like I don't think Carey Price can play like that every single game. You saw, I can't remember which game it was in the Tampa series, but I think game 1 it was. Carey Price let in a bunch of soft goals before.
Yeah, game 1 he was very soft. He was not himself in that game.
Like, quite frankly, I think he's gonna have one of those games sooner or later. Like, he's a good goalie, but you don't. I would wager he's not gonna be perfect the entire series. And if he is, fine. But sooner or later, during at least one more game, he's gonna have at least one more bad game. I would think.
There's always going to be that one game where there's going to be soft goals, and the next night it'll be lights out, and then it could be the next night a mixture of the two. But we'll see going forward how it is. I think I could see Boston coming back to winning game 2 tomorrow night, and just this being a very back and forth. Okay, this team takes this game, the next team takes that game, and so forth.
Yeah.
Leading to a climactic game 7.
I think I could see Boston really dropping the ball in Game 7, like getting a pretty big deficit, maybe 4-1 or something, and then really stepping it up and winning it again, tying it up, and then winning in overtime. Yeah. I don't know why I do this to myself. We've got a couple of other people chipping in. I definitely just used the word chip because I just saw this guy's Twitter name. Jonathan Heisler, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, or at I am the chip thief, says Habs in 7, or the sooner the better. Lol. Pittsburgh in 7, Anaheim in 7, Chicago in 5. Do you guys think New York is gonna, or not you guys, but I guess just Andrew? Do you think Pittsburgh is really gonna get pushed to 7 games by New York?
I said Rangers in 7 for this series, but at the same time, depending on how both teams play, because there are games where Pittsburgh has come out flat, and there have been games where the Rangers come out flat in past, that this could either be a series that either ends with one team winning in 5, winning in 6, or 7. I did say Rangers in 7, but the other pick that I could see is someone winning in 6, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty fair. And we've got another one from Jump to Shark, or at Jump to Shark. That would be Daniel M. He says Hawks in 5, Kings in 6, Bruins in 7, Rangers in 6. And a lot of people do think the Hawks will pull it off relatively quickly. Which I guess it is fair to be a little bit hesitant to pick Minnesota. I mean, as much as I personally like Brizgalov, he isn't super consistent, and Kemper, can't ever say his name. Kemper, I think he's concussed, right?
Yes. Hold on. Actually, I'm gonna double check that right now.
But basically, he is injured, and he's kind of shown he is their guy. So it's a pretty bad situation for them. But that said, I think I would take Brizgalov over your next run-of-the-mill AHL goaltender who's very unproven. Seeing as Kemper basically is one step above that, since I think he is a rookie and he did just start this year. So I think Minnesota really did get lucky when it came to the amount of goalies they've had this year because Harding's fantastic when he's healthy. Backstrom, when he's healthy too, is not bad either. Just, they're lucky.
I mean, at the moment right now, according to Michael Russo of the Minneapolis Star-Tribune, Riz is expected to start tomorrow with Curry as the backup, but also they're like prepping Josh Harden to skate again with the team, just in case he may need to go in. But that's like an extreme just in case.
Curry? What's his
Yeah.
first name?
Lemon?
Is it like Tim Curry or something? Or no, Tim. No, Tim Curry's an actor, isn't he?
Tim Curry.
Very definitely an actor. I would love to see an old white man.
John Curry.
John Curry. Yeah, he used to be a Penguins backup, I think.
Yeah, there's a picture on Google Images of him lifting the cup.
Yeah, with Pittsburgh?
Yep.
Yeah, he was a Black Ace, I think. Yeah, sorry I, dropped off. My internet crapped out, and I had to, reset my router and everything. It's a big pain in the butt. It's been doing that, a little bit this week. Sometimes it happens. It's I have to, reset my router, and then sometimes, shut my computer on and off, and it's just oh god, why? Please, stop doing this.
Dang.
Yeah.
Thanks, Comcast.
Yeah, I know. Comcast is the worst. How'd you know I had Comcast?
I guessed. I don't know a lot of American internet providers.
Yeah, I guess you're right. My parents back home have Service Electric cable TV. Woo.
Ooh, fancy. I have Optimum and Cablevision.
Ooh.
Reppin' regional Long Island, tri-state New York cable packages.
Yeah, Service Electric I think is the Lehigh Valley, and that's it.
I don't know what I have at school. I think it's Comcast or.
It's probably Comcast.
Yeah, or soon to be Comcast, Time Warner, Mega Brand, Walmart. Let's just throw in all the corporations at this point.
Yeah, Kmart and JCPenney.
No one goes to Kmart.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I am presently nodding my head and smiling, pretending like I know what you guys are talking about.
McDonald's. We'll throw McDonald's in there.
Hudson Bay
Oh
Company.
yeah, McDonald's is great. Did you know we have poutine at our McDonald's now?
We have what?
We have poutine at our McDonald's.
We
Wait, really?
Yeah, they do. I saw it on Reddit. Oh my god, I'm so jealous. I want poutine. I've never had poutine.
It's not great, but it's actually adequate. I'm not gonna specifically, if I'm super hungry, I'm not gonna be I'm craving poutine, and I specifically want poutine, therefore I'm gonna go to McDonald's. But it's if you want to go and get some nuggets and you don't want a little bit more than nuggets, then you go and get nuggets with a poutine, and you know what? It's entirely adequate. McDonald's, in a poutine, the fries are supposed to be really thick cut, which obviously McDonald's doesn't do. But I think they make it work because I don't think they salt the fries when they do it, and naturally that ends up making for a decent balance. The poutine's nice and light, it's not too heavy, and then the cheese curds, they're cheese curds. They melt, and I think that's the biggest thing that I was concerned about, that they wouldn't have really bad cheese. But you know what? I actually not disappointed. I haven't been disappointed by the McDonald's poutine. I'm also not going to say I'm wowed, but it's entirely adequate.
It's probably amazing when drunk.
Oh god, you have no idea.
Just like all other McDonald's foods.
You order a 10-piece McNugget meal, substitute a poutine for the fries, and then you get a drink, and oh my god. I hate myself, but it's also amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a sandwich out here called a steak ranchero. It's a 16-inch long sub, and there's steak, provolone, french fries, and ranch. And it's the best fucking thing. It's so good. It's
my god.
It's the clouds opened and a ray of sunlight hit this sandwich and angels sing. That's what it's like when it's drunk. It's like you cry because it's perfection.
Best is still bacon, egg, and cheese. Ketchup, salt, and pepper. It just goes.
Yeah.
I still do think one of my favorite drunk foods has been grilled cheese. Mostly just because back at Waterloo, there's this place, Cheese's Murphy, which basically it's only open on Friday nights and Saturday nights, and it's only open from midnight till 3 a.m.
So it's
But
catering.
they just serve grilled cheese, and sure they have like the standard grilled cheese of just bread and cheese, but then they also have like ridiculous like combinations. Like there's the Cheese's Murphy, the titular one, which is cheddar with bacon jam, and that's amazing. And
What
then
is
there's
bacon jam?
I think it's like a strawberry jam of some sort, or like it's basically a jam which is sweet, but then naturally there's bacon in it, and it's actually amazing.
Ooh.
And then there's the cheese and chong. They also have very punny names, by the way.
Now, is
Um,
that bacon? Is that bacon flaccid?
it's I'm pretty sure it's more along the lines of bacon bits or maybe chopped up bacon. I'm not sure, but basically it's not bits of bacon, so it's really hard to say. I don't think they are flaccid. I
Oh,
think,
okay.
It's
but
not an our hockey cast after hour if we don't talk about flaccid bacon.
oh yes. Um, then there is the cheese and chong, which which trying to think ground beef, cilantro. I think there's a chipotle sour cream.
Ooh, that sounds
I
good.
think that's the most of it, but that's my favorite one that they have on a regular basis. And then they just have every week they also have a feature too. God, I'm just making myself so hungry right now. But I
Well,
think my
tomorrow's Friday.
and I'm back in Markham, so this isn't happening. This breaks my heart.
Oh, that's
Uh,
that's depressing. Yeah, we
Um,
don't have anything really like that out here. We have taco stand, which like they open at like 11 a.m. and they're all day, every day, rain, shine, snow, hail, whatever. They're just out
hook me
there
up. Hook
cooking
me
tacos.
up.
What?
Hook me up.
Oh my God, they're the best fucking tacos too. And it's like $2.50, and they put like so much meat, and it's two corn tortillas, not just one, so like it doesn't fall apart that easily. And freshly made salsas and guacamole and stuff, and oh God, it's like so good. Yeah.
Let's see here. Vala Dave Goulis, at Dr. Liam tweets, Taco Bell or Belgian waffle from Denny's are the best drunk foods. I feel like after you just talked about those tacos, I feel like you might be inclined to disagree, but
Oh, taco stand. Dude, taco stand over Taco Bell. You gotta go
yeah,
authentic.
I
that
hate
said,
Taco Bell.
I do think there's always a place for Taco Bell, but you have to really, really hate yourself when you get it.
Yeah.
Like the
I
last time
tried
I
the
got
Taco
Taco
Bell
Bell,
breakfast, and man, was it good, but man, did I hate myself. And my body hated me
last
too.
time, last time I got Taco Bell was I think New Year's. We were all pretty hungover and we were watching the Winter Classic, and we were just some people went out for a run for food, and I got Taco Bell,
Do they
and I
have
got a
Taco Bell in
quesadilla.
Canada?
Oh hell yes they do. We have Doritos Locos Tacos. They're making a big deal about it. Uh,
Actually, I would rather have Chipotle over Taco Bell.
Oh my
is
God,
Chipotle
yes.
open at night? Because I've never been around a Chipotle up in Canada. Because one, they're really rare. Two, I'm not sure if they're actually ever open at night. But
They're open until 10 out here.
Yeah, they're like till 11, I think, here.
Hell,
Yeah.
Liz.
Um,
Our
then
extra
again,
Chipotle.
then again, the nearest Chipotle you have to like drive because it's like 5 miles away.
Dude, mine's like 3 blocks.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah.
We do have
what we
a
do
burrito
have
place
though in
right near
Canada,
us.
What?
what we do have in Canada though is Burrito Boys, which I guess is along the same lines as Chipotle, but I've never had nearly as good as anything from Chipotle from Burrito Boys. But basically the exact same thing: burritos, sometimes quesadillas, and it is open at night because they know their market. But honestly, it's like across the street from Smoke's Poutineery, which has poutine, and there's also like a pizza place nearby. You know, if I go for drunk food, I usually don't do burrito boys. What I
Yeah, my
really want,
drink food's usually pizza because we have a bunch of places like really close by that gives you $5. Like it's like a large pizza for $5.
Nice.
Yeah, they know their market. They like make pizzas ahead of time, and you walk in and you're like two pizzas, and you give them $10 and they hand you two pizzas.
Nice. That's
Yeah,
that's genius.
it's amazing. They do so well. And the one place only does it after 8, the other place does it like all the time. So like it could be like you're having a you're having like a day drinking party on a Saturday in the middle of summer, and you can go over and order 5 pizzas for your party, and then they like, it'll take a few minutes, like if it's not like a rush day, but they'll still get you 5 pizzas in a reasonable amount of time. Like you don't have to wait 20 minutes, it's more like 10.
Hmm.
It's great.
Right.
oh my god, I am definitely making food after we end this podcast because goddamn, I'm so hungry.
Oh man, I made salmon for Brian and I. Oh, it was good. I marinated it in like soy sauce and Worcestershire sauce
Nice.
and garlic. Oh, it was delicious. And we just like ate that with forks. It was just we brought the plate of salmon up to his room and just kind of devoured it while watching the game.
Christ,
Uh,
I am so hungry now.
I had an amazing burger for dinner. It was a
Oh,
cheeseburger with jalapenos, grilled onions, mushrooms, and barbecue sauce.
I agree with everything but the mushrooms.
Oh no, it was grilled mushrooms. Goes great with the jalapenos and barbecue sauce. Just accents it perfectly. And to go with it as beverage, strawberry milkshake and fries on the side.
where did you get this concoction?
We have it's like a local burger place, like right up the block. It's called Yo Burger.
Uh-huh.
It's like a specific neighborhood like burger place, but their burgers are amazing. I'd put them up on par with Five Guys.
Five
Oh,
Guys is
there's this
real good.
place.
There's a Five Guys that just opened right by my house, like maybe a year ago, and I've only gone like twice, but it's amazing and it's also really expensive.
It
But it's
is.
It's
good.
really expensive, but it's cheap considering like, you know, how good it is. Like compared to like McDonald's and shit like that, yeah, it's expensive, but like you're getting a lot better than like, you know,
Yeah.
McDonald's burger.
And they give you a
That is
crap
true.
ton of fries.
Yeah, they do.
So many fries.
I remember the first time I thought they didn't give me my burger. And then I looked under the fries. I'm like, "Oh, there it is." But there's this
Yo,
place.
Britt, you are
Yeah.
getting what do you call it? Mentioned on the Twitter, TREX20 or at T underscore Rex20 underscore asks or says, Sheets is the best drunk food. Pat better agree.
Oh my God, yes.
What is
There
it?
is none nearby, but I have like had someone sober drive us to Sheets while drunk. Oh my God, cheese fries. And like they have these things that are like mac and cheese bites and they deep fry them and they're like, "Oh, oh God, Sheets drunk food."
Did we just break Brit? I think we just broke Brit.
I think that just happened.
Oh God, it's so good. Also, really good drunk food is this place. Actually, no, it's just really good food in general. Getting it drunk would be a disservice to your mouth. Um, it's this place called Wing Hearts. They have the best burgers in Pittsburgh. If anyone ever goes to Pittsburgh, find a Wing Hearts and eat a burger there. They're so good. Like, my friend, we took him there for the first time, and he was like, I've never tasted anything like this before. And then he finished his burger, and he was so sad. I'm like, what's wrong? And he was like, my burger's gone. And he like was about to cry. It was kind of great. Like their burgers are just so good. They use like the freshest ingredients and like just genius combinations. Like, it's so good. And they make like a white truffle aioli and they put it on their fries.
Oh my god.
Can
Yeah.
I also ask what Wawa is? Because Valar Devgulis and T-Rex20 are now arguing over the Twitter as to which one is better.
Okay, fuck Wawa. I am from Eastern PA, and Wawa is dominant out there. Wawa sucks. You can't get fries at Wawa. You can get fries at Sheetz. Um, let's see. It's hard to
You guys
explain.
also realize I have no idea what these restaurants are.
Um, they're gas station food.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay, maybe that's a bad way of explaining it. It's like a restaurant and a gas station had a love child.
That
Because
doesn't
like
help much.
you can get gas at Sheetz, but you could also get a really tasty sandwich. You can get fries, you can get chicken fingers. Wawa, you can get subs and coffee. At least that's what I remember. Wawa sucks. Wawa can suck a dick. Sheetz is king.
I am so not impressed right now.
Really? You come down to Pittsburgh and I will shove some Sheetz fries in your mouth and you'll be like, "What is on here? Cocaine?"
I thought we were talking about actual restaurants.
I,
Oh my god.
no, Sheetz is it's not a restaurant. It's like it's fast food, but like you have to go in and like tap on a like touch screen thing to order your food and stuff.
Never heard of it.
You've never heard of it. I'm going to link you.
Oh jeez.
It's amazing, and I love Sheetz.
Oh, I'll take your word for it, but
There, I posted in the chat for you. You can go to
word
Sheetz,
up.
and you can like
Sheets.com.
it shows you like what's on their menu, and like oh god, they have like burgers and nachos and burritos and pizza and wings and breakfast food.
I'm seriously gonna eat the hell out of some food as soon as this podcast is over. My god. Is this what
Welcome.
happens if Ben leaves the podcast? We're just gonna talk about drunk food all the time?
Drunk food and Game of Thrones and stuff. I think we need Ben for continuity.
Yeah, because he's the one that'll actually sit down and talk to us about advanced statistics and whatnot.
Yeah.
He is our
We're
rock.
very ready to talk about anything but hockey, apparently. Oops.
So maybe we should talk about some hockey.
Okay. I think we ran
Oh
out of
man, I
hockey
want to
after
talk about
like
like my
half an
favorite grilled cheese. The
What?
one that I actually made myself. Have you ever heard of doing eggs in a basket,
Yes.
where you
What?
basically cut a hole in a piece of bread or two pieces of bread, and then you fry an egg in there, and then you basically make a sandwich out of that?
Oh, I've
I've
heard of that.
I've tried making a grilled cheese out of that, and it's really difficult to do without popping the egg because you have to like fry the egg enough that it sits, and that when you flip it over, it doesn't break. But then you also don't want to do it too long, otherwise it's not going to be runny. But basically, I've done that, thrown in some like grilled, some ground beef and like some. I think they were caramelized onions. I'm not actually sure if they were or if they were just burnt. But basically, eggs in the basket, Havarti, ground
Oh
beef,
God, Havarti, that's like the best cheese.
and like caramelized onions. And for a kicker, I think I put in some Alfredo sauce as well, and it was literally the best grilled cheese I've ever made.
Oh my
And
God,
if
that
you
sounds
let me into your
amazing.
kitchen and you give me the ingredients, I will make that for you, as long as I can make one for myself as well.
Hmm.
Because it is so good. Um, what are Royal Farms? Because Valar Devgulis says the real answer is Royal Farms, though. Hashtag Rofo for life. I don't know. I don't know what any of this is.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Royal
So
Farms.
I'm just going through the Twitter right now. We are in the midst
Oh,
of
I
a
have no
very
idea what Royal
intensive
Farms
drunk
is
food.
either.
We're having a very intensive conversation about drunk food right now.
Ugh.
What?
No, Sheets is king. Wawa sucks. And I know I've been to both.
Wawa? Oh, okay. That's what.
Wawa.
Yeah.
Do you have Wawa in New York, or is that just a PA thing?
Um, I've seen them in New Jersey going down south. That's the
Yeah.
only, and in Pennsylvania. Whenever the few times I've been in Pennsylvania.
No, you're not supposed to go there. Go, get out. Sorry, I have to talk to my rabbit and tell him he's not supposed to try and go between the bed and the wall. He's gonna get stuck and scared.
Classic.
It's okay.
Classic bear. God, sometimes he's so dumb, but he's so freaking cute. He's just looking at me like, why? But I'm having fun. I'm like, no, you're not gonna be having fun in 10 seconds when you realize you're gonna get stuck. What?
Man, you would think with 3 Game 7s and the start of a round 2 game tonight that went to overtime, you'd think we'd have more to say about hockey tonight.
I mean, the Hart nominations came out today, and there was the Tortorella
You-
got fired, and the Islanders made a trade.
Oh yeah, we
So
could have talked about that instead of talking about drunk food for 45 minutes. I guess we
Yeah,
could do that now.
be honest with yourself. What would you rather talk about?
Oh God.
the eating junk food while talking about the Islanders.
Yeah. And being drunk because you'd be talking about the Islanders.
True.
Yeah, I
I,
kind
I
of
just,
wish I was drunk and having drunk food and talking about the Islanders right now.
We should
I'm
do
just
that next week.
I just realized I'm sitting next to a giant pile of Girl Scout cookies.
I hate you. I saw your Snapchat and I'm so mad.
So many. Oh, it's so perfect.
I need to find a Girl Scout and like murder her and take all of her haul.
You gotta be careful. Those Girl Scouts are very tricky.
I know. I used to be one.
There's a reason why they have all those badges and pendants, man. They earn that shit.
Yeah, I earned most of them. I was a Girl Scout until like 6th grade. I stuck it for a while. I was
Oh,
good.
wait, I forgot about a question that we got. This one was from T-Rex20 as well. What are the chances that Rhythm Malfunction, aka Jordan, aka a Jets fan, aka also a Habs fan, made it out of TD Gardens alive?
Well, I think Meg probably killed him. Or yeah, Meg's going, right? Or is it Leah? Is Leah going?
I saw him.
I think both
Snapchat
went.
with, I think Fig Maxwell, and Leah. So I think he might have made it outside of TD Gardens. But I think if Leah and Fig are decent murderers, they'll know to kill him while he's sleeping.
Exactly. Exactly. I think they're smart enough.
You could
Please
kill them in the
here,
heat
I
of the
have-
moment, but you're gonna get caught, and then people are gonna be like, "Yo, why did you bring a knife to TD Gardens? That's so stupid. Oh man, how could you do this? That's so bad. What a bad perspective of Boston fans." Because you know what? Excuse me, because like Boston fans do get a sometimes bad rap for being vicious and whatnot. But I think if they're the sneaky murderer type, Jordan's not gonna make it through the night.
No, I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna poison his coffee in the morning.
I don't
mean-
know, man.
Meg is Little
Jordan-
Miss Chemistry.
Jordan says that experience at TD Garden, 0 out of 10, was not punched.
0 out of 10?
Yes, was not punched. So, I think we do have to poison him tonight now.
Is he listening to us?
I'm not sure.
Aw,
What a jerk.
I know, right?
I know. Ooh, I have to go to an overtime game that I paid money for and watch my team beat the Bruins in overtime in a thrilling game where Carey Price played off his mind. Yeah, I'm Jordan. I have beard. Jordan.
Oh God.
What?
No, just that. That was good.
Spot on impersonation. Spot
Pretty
on.
much.
Yes. Yes, I have a perfect impersonation of a dude I have never met and only know by the internet and through a handful of Snapchats. Oh yes, I have this down.
Yeah, you totally do. Yeah. Well,
I guess if there's one comment I do want to make about the Islanders acquiring the right
Yaroslav
to
Halak.
coming up for I think a fourth rounder. But there's one thing I'm going to say, it's that I think all the armchair GMs for Leafs fans all went, ah, damn it, because I think they all wanted to trade Reimer to the Islanders.
I
Um,
think armchair Leafs fans are perhaps the dumbest people on the universe.
yeah.
In the
I'd,
universe.
I'd welcome Reimer on the Islanders. I actually would love it because it'd probably be a restart for him. But I'm actually very pleased with this trade that we got Halak. I
Yeah.
wish we did something earlier in the season to get a goalkeeper because Nielsen and Nabokov were not working out. This was Nabokov in his groin. But I hope we could sign him and keep him for this season. And Garth Snow does not do Garth Snow stuff.
I do think, as far as a Garth Snow move goes, I think that's probably one of the best ones we've seen in recent memory.
Yeah, without a doubt. And
Also,
hopefully,
I'm just gonna go ahead and say, yo, I don't think all armchair Leaf GMs are stupid. I mean, I don't think I'm stupid.
No, I'm talking about the ones that are like, um, yo, we have no goalie. Trade James Reimer. Trade Jonathan Bernier. They suck. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's kind of irritating. The only reason why I would entertain the suggestion of trading Reimer is if he asks for one, and that has been heavily rumored. And quite frankly, I don't think it would be a bad decision to give him a new fresh start, especially in a smaller market because Toronto does chew out players. Um, but I think a funny anecdote about this is like maybe a week or two ago on the Leafs subreddit, our Leafs, there was, I think, a relative lack of new content on the subreddit because, they started the playoffs, so what the hell are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
Um, and then one person said, oh, here's my attempt at being an armchair GM and trying to be kind of realistic, and they linked to a thing on CatGeek, and it was a decently realistic expectation of what could happen. Um, a few cases were a little bit unrealistic, I'd say, but I think for the most part it was a decent shot at it, and it got a fair amount of upvotes. And just the days after just resulted in just a flood of, oh, here's my attempt at doing a armchair GM thing, and it was just ridiculous. And I think all those got downvoted to oblivion because
Hey, no,
we all
ow,
got,
that hurts.
oh my god, you and your rabbit.
I think I,
Basically,
I think I shouldn't let him run anymore while I'm podcasting because he's so distracting. Because he's like jumping up. He is like, "Hey, pay attention to me. Don't talk to these people. I don't know them. They're not important. Bitch, please, you have to pay attention to me. I'm important." And I'm like, "Yes, you are, Bunny. I'm gonna try and pet you, but you can't dig at me. That hurts." And he was like biting me too, and I'm like, "God, Bunny."
I guess if we do move on to the next hockey-related topic that isn't explicitly related to the playoffs, we do have the Tortorella firing today, which I'm going to admit that I was wrong. I think in the last podcast or two, I suggested that Tortorella staying could be a good thing because you have all consistency, but I guess that's not the case because dude is fired.
Yep.
it looks like they're going for a complete overhaul in Vancouver.
I
Uh,
was surprised because if you fire your GM and you fire your coach, that's kind of crazy. Like, especially since Tortorella was new.
And I would
Yeah, like
say it wasn't so
about the
much his
consistency
fault.
thing.
So much his fault for this poor season. It was just the mounting injuries and all the other stuff with the club. Not to
Yeah,
mention
Like
exactly.
goalie controversy.
this was like a perfect storm of everything to go wrong.
Yeah.
Like good Lord Gillis, you had Schneider, you had Luongo, like you had two number 1 goalies, and now they are both gone. How do you manage to pull that off?
Because there was something
I,
lacking in his heart.
Uh, uh, ha, ha, ha.
Okay. Okay, I get it.
oh my god. Like, I feel bad for Tortorella, but what's done is done. I think he'll probably find work somewhere else, maybe as an analyst, maybe as a coach, but so I think someone's probably going to hire him again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, what they say about coaching is you're hired to get fired, pretty much.
Yeah, because let's face it, there aren't very many coaches that stay for a very long period of time. Most of them,
Yeah.
like, you go in, you make your changes, hope that it works, make a good cup run, maybe win the cup, and then you see your strategies get analyzed, and then you either, if you're good enough, if you're like if you're like a Babcock, then you'll be able to pull it off and adjust and keep winning. But I think most of the times they just end up leaving.
Yeah. Well, where do you think he'll end up? I know that Washington needs a coach, and I know that Nashville needs a coach. Do you think he'll end up at either of those two teams?
I can see him in Nashville. I can't see him in Washington.
I was actually gonna say the opposite.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Explain.
I don't know. I think he and Ovechkin, I think that they may work out well.
Ooh, that's actually interesting to
I,
see.
I feel like Torts could potentially be enough of a hard ass to really um, drill some skill, not skill, but like I just want to say that because that rhymed. But I think he could drill something into Ovechkin maybe. Um,
Discipline?
yeah,
Discipline.
discipline, I guess.
Defensive discipline.
Yeah.
I don't know what Barry Trotz is too much like, but from what little I've heard, he's along the lines of like I was supposed to say something, I completely blanked. I'm not actually sure what he's like, but if he's too much like Torts, then why would they bring in Torts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
And
I think
I
he's
don't know how to
a
phrase it,
good
but I
fit.
feel like he might be kind of close.
Yeah. Well, they'll also in DC. They'll also need a GM for the Caps because sexy George McPhee is out.
Oh, yes.
Dad, emo, George McPhee.
In his poetry writing era. Throw a beret
Darkness is
on
my
him.
heart, for I'll never see Obi win the heart. Fuck, I tried to rhyme and I just realized I used the word heart twice. Wow. Oh god. I would clearly make a very bad emo poetry person. And I would know because I had a face like that.
For real?
I was just thinking, like, what words
We
rhyme with
were all
heart?
teenagers once, man. We were all teenagers.
But I didn't go through that phase.
I did not either. I'm all literary
Whoa.
type, though. I'm all
Sorry
like,
for having emotions.
I'm
You
not
don't
literary type.
understand.
Math and science, engineering, yo. We don't know how to write. What are words?
I just read about facts and dates and stuff.
You a history major?
Yes, I am. And I realized today I am a illiterate history major because I can't proofread.
You can't what?
I can't proofread.
Word. If you want someone to proofread, hook me up because I can do that.
Cool.
It's actually just reading, basically,
Yeah.
and being very, very, very particular about what you see, fact checking and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'm part dyslexic.
That's that.
So
But
like,
getting that checked out.
I was never hooked on phonics. I taught myself how to read when I was 4. So like, I've never learned how to spell properly, like phonics wise. So I just like sometimes I just read words and I'm just like I just add syllables and letters to them, and people are just like, "What the fuck? What is wrong with you?"
I remember as a kid, I would play video games and I always thought those things which were like basically like guns mounted to a certain spot. I always thought they were turrets. Took me a couple of years to realize they were turrets. It just pissed me off so much. I also could not say specific correctly, and I still have to think before I say it because I would say specific instead. And
It's
I
really people who
also
say Pacific.
I also am pretty bad with avocado. I have to think before I say it because I keep saying avocado. Um, you know, growing up not having English as my first language, even though it basically is my first language now, screws you up a little bit.
Wait, what is your
Sometimes
first language?
I would say English at this point, but I grew up in a Cantonese household, so
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I was
like
like, you're not French Canadian.
My Cantonese is garbage. But what I will say though is that it hasn't happened to me in a long time. But sometimes if I do a presentation and I'm really nervous and I start stumbling over my words, I will occasionally break out into a Chinese accent, which is really weird because I've never had a Chinese accent.
Oh
But this
no.
happened to me before, and I can't explain it, but it's really embarrassing because when you're doing a presentation, you don't want a Chinese accent. You want to sound normal and eloquent.
One time during a presentation, my phone went off, and I realized it was not my phone, and I said, "Oh shit!" and I turned off my phone, and I'm like, "Oh, that's the opposite of what I should have said." And it was my
I
mom
remember
calling
once,
me to see, like, "Oh, how'd you do in your presentation?" "Oh, thanks, mom, you ruined it."
I remember once I was waiting for an interview and it was running late, and I was texting one of my friends because I was nervous naturally, and I was like, "Shit, man, why isn't the interview starting up?" Blah 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 blah. And she didn't respond yet, and I was like, "Okay, whatever." And then I got called into the interview, and I'm doing my introductions, and I'm in the middle of speaking when I hear my phone vibrate, not once, not twice, but 3 times, and I was just trying to press silent on my phone, um, and luckily I had switched to a semi-silent ringtone for that, and luckily nothing else came after that. But I just remember when I heard the first one, I just started talking louder, and it kept vibrating. Just started talking louder and louder, and I was like, "Yeah, my name's Ronald. I'm a student at the University of Waterloo, and I'm in the accounting program, and you listen to me speaking." And I'm not sure if the guy heard it or not, but I did not get that job, so I'm gonna blame my friend for that one. Jerk. I'm also gonna blame myself for not turning my phone on mute.
Yeah, I turn my phone's usually on mute, but then it's a bitch and a half when I lose it.
And sometimes you just forget to. Just,
Yeah.
ugh.
I keep mine on vibrate all the time. Even though
Well,
it's
I'm done school and I am presently unemployed, so mine is not often on mute. P.S. By the way, if you're in the Toronto area and you would like to hire a recent graduate who likes pizza, you should hire me. I am very employable.
Toronto area graduate who likes pizza. That is a resume builder right there.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god. I guess I would be a Pittsburgh area almost grad who likes bunnies.
That's a pretty fair assessment.
and I'd be a New York area almost grad who likes sandwiches.
The How I Met Your Mother kind of sandwiches or sandwiches?
Actual sandwiches. Not those sandwiches.
Yeah, no. Those are bad for
Um,
you. At least that's what I'm told.
Sandwiches, not even once. So back to hockey.
oh, word, hockey, right?
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Not like the name of this overall podcast series is our hockey cast or something.
Yeah, but it's our hockey cast after hours, so we can talk about whatever we want.
Let's talk about drugs and sex and murder. Actually, we do talk about murder a lot.
And
You?
flaccid foods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've hit all three of those things today.
Oh yes, we did.
Game 7, the overtime Boston-Montreal game, Torts getting fired, Islanders trading for, what's his face, Halak.
Yaroslav Halak.
And we briefly touched on the Hart. I don't think there's much discussion to be had about it.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
Crosby's.
Crosby's going to win by a landslide.
Although it would have been interesting if you get rid of Crosby, the discussion between Getzlaf and Giroux over who would get it.
Giroux.
Yeah, I was gonna say Giroux too, considering how stellar he was after that poor start to the season.
Oh God,
Like,
yeah. I was surprised they even made the playoffs, to be honest.
Oh my God, they were
I
just
mean,
so
no,
bad at the
someone had
beginning.
to make it from that division.
Yeah, the Metropolitan was
Abysmal.
interesting. Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, Pittsburgh had that lead by like 17 points
It
for
was
like most of
over
the
by
season.
like December.
Yeah, pretty much. It was ridiculous.
Just everyone else fighting for like the tertiary positions.
Yeah, it was crazy.
bleh.
Actually should be fun though next season though, because a lot of teams should be better.
That's what we say every year.
So
That's
help me
true.
God if the Leafs aren't better. So help me
Um,
God if we can't sign anyone this offseason.
what are you
Oh,
guys gonna do with Carlisle?
my understanding is that Shanahan still, since he did recently get appointed president, I think he's in the process of like doing an assessment of everything. What I've heard from interviews with Tim Lewicki, the CEO of MLSE, I think he is. Anyway, basically, he said that Shanahan's like doing an assessment of everything. He's having like sit downs with players and whatnot. So I think he's trying to get a good grasp of everyone and where they all stand. So I don't think we're going to see any changes yet. We might see
Or in the
them.
coming future?
I think we will see some changes happen for sure. My personal opinion, I don't think Carlisle's going to stay. Um, he's just run out too many players out of town. Because I'm pretty sure like Nonis is a lock at least for now. Um, I just don't see a future of Carlisle. I just don't see any success because he was able to pinpoint that the Leafs were playing poorly during the season. He just couldn't fix it, and like I'm pretty sure that's a sign of a man losing the room. So
Right.
I think this will happen. Just we'll have to see how long it takes for Shanahan to get a good idea of what needs to change.
I hope you guys get better. Toronto deserves a good team.
Yeah, you guys need to win something.
I hope the Islanders get better. I
Yeah.
hope the Rangers get worse, and I hope the Devils stay shit.
I want the Islanders to be good, but good enough that we could be a pest to Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh's still going to be good regardless.
Yeah.
So it could make those Islanders Penguins games just fun as hell.
I hate the Islanders, by the
I,
way.
it's okay. I
I
don't like.
find it funny how you guys haven't gone to a fight over this yet.
It's okay. Of the teams I hate, Pittsburgh really takes top spot.
Yeah, I mean, the Islanders don't take top spot. It's definitely Philly.
Yeah.
And
I
then Washington, and then New York, like the Rangers.
don't know.
But like, oh man, that Brent Johnson fight.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That
oh,
just that one game in general where what was it, like 5 or 6 brawls.
oh my God, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was. I was drunk too for that game. And we were just like, thank God we were drunk. If we weren't, we would have been like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on? It was terrible. And then it was just like Brent Johnson comes out and fights Rick DiPietro, and we were cheering and laughing, and it was the funniest thing. And then we got the text the next day about Rick DiPietro being out for 6 weeks with a facial fracture, and we just lost.
He's a very fragile man.
We just lost it, and we're just like, oh my God, we broke his face. He literally broke his face.
He is a very fragile man.
Yeah, Mr. Glass over there. Oh
Still
my
getting
God.
paid though.
Oh my God, it was amazing. But like that year just cemented my hatred for the Islanders.
It was the playoff series last year that did it for me. Like before, I didn't like you guys before then, but after that, it was just the playoff series.
Yeah.
Like when Hamonic had Malk in the corner, and just casually takes off his helmet and then punched him straight in the face. I was like, oh my god, that was yes.
I think the only team that I really hate are the Habs, and I'm not sure when I could pinpoint when I actually started hating them. Because I know as a kid, I definitely would bandwagon every single Canadian team. Because I guess I was a kid and I didn't fully understand hockey that well. Um, but at some point, it just hit me that I just don't like them.
Huh.
Everything about them makes me seethe. And I guess just classic Leafs fanism, but whatever. Like I'm not like I don't even hate Boston that much. I'm able to tolerate Boston. I was cheering for Boston today. That was weird.
Yeah.
Um,
I hate everyone in the Metropolitan except for Columbus. I actually like Columbus. And
I
I
like
don't even,
Man,
Columbus too.
Columbus broke my heart this postseason. So close.
yeah, they were.
That arena though was rocking
Oh my God.
And like
nationwide.
it's like some of the best stuff you can see, like a new team actually getting its wings, you know? Like seeing
Yeah.
them actually win and like have some sort of success. Not a lot of success, granted, and that there's still a lot of work for that team to do, but
They
it's
had
a start.
something.
They've got something to work with.
I just love the fact that every time Bobrovsky made a save, they were on their feet cheering. That's
Yeah, they cheered every save like it was a goal. It was amazing.
yeah.
Like I've
I
literally
remember
never seen that
commenting.
ever. Like that was some genuine, legitimate cheering just for the run of the mill save, and it was a definite sight to behold. Like my God,
It was
I
incredible.
want Columbus to do so well.
I think this season though is the turning point where we're gonna start seeing them take off as a franchise. Hopefully.
Yeah. I
Hopefully.
Hopefully,
could see a great rivalry between Pittsburgh and Columbus because like Pittsburgh and Ohio is already a thing.
And the proximity between the two cities.
Yeah, we're closer than Philly by like
Yeah.
2 or 3 hours.
Don't you guys have
yeah.
a rivalry with Cincinnati?
Yeah, the Reds and the Bengals.
Yeah.
And we have a rivalry with Cleveland with the Browns.
I like the Browns.
Yeah,
I have no real comment on baseball.
the Browns are a football team, honey.
Oops. I don't know. I think if Columbus does well, I think it'd just be nice to see the Blue Jackets have some success. You know,
Yeah,
hashtag do it Fernando.
hmm no, I
That is
like
like literally like one of two Columbus fans I know of. I'm not sure anyone up here actually knows about Columbus.
no. It's
if they
only
do, they don't care.
It's all about those Canadian teams, man.
Yep.
Like I never realized it until like the playoffs, but I follow a lot of apparent Habs fans. Like I didn't notice it during the year, but just all of a sudden they're all just flocking out in droves. Like it's just suddenly everyone is like, go Habs, vive habitant.
Enchanté.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. Except
We are
they
number
all speak English.
one.
They walk around with berets and like stupid pencil thin mustaches too, twirling it with like those cigarettes on a stick thing.
Oh God.
Alright, we should wrap up soon. It's been like an hour and a half, and we spent like most of that time talking about random shit.
Not random shit. It was drunk food, and I can tell you right now, I'm gonna go make myself some noodles or something because I am starving.
Yeah, I had
So
some.
I'm even thinking about driving over to McDonald's right now and just getting like nuggets and poutine. I'm not going to
Nice.
because that's gonna cost money, but I want to do it. God damn.
That sounds
Yeah.
awesome.
I don't know. I just know I need to eat really badly right now.
I need to
Uh,
try poutine before I die.
Same here.
y'all come up to Canada, and I will make sure you guys get some poutine. Although I should note that Montreal will have the best poutine just because that's where it's from.
Mm-hmm.
Just ignore all the Habs fans, or go in the summer when hockey's not on.
I was there 3 summers ago in Montreal, and I didn't have poutine when I visited.
What is wrong with you? Why would you go to Montreal and not have poutine?
I
I've
have
never been to
no
Canada.
clue.
I don't even understand. How are we friends? How did you go to Montreal and not get poutine?
I don't know. Um, I didn't. I guess I wasn't aware.
You fool. Okay, though, I think we probably should actually wrap up right about now.
Yes.
Yeah, so this has been our hockey after hour. I'm Run in a Box, also known as Ronald, also known as Run in a Box. You guys also want to like have your own little outros?
I am Pit Pens Pats, also known as P3 or Brittany. You can follow me on the Twitters at, you guessed it, Pit Pens Pats. It's all 4 letters, like each P is 4 letters.
Seriously, super
I-
confusing username.
It's not! It's
It-
Pitt for University of Pittsburgh, Pens for the Pens, and Pats for my former love for the New England Patriots.
Patriots?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Ew.
I just had multiple times where I try to tweet at you and I can't figure out your Twitter name because I write like Pitts, Pen, Pat, or some shit like that. I've screwed up your username multiple times.
Yeah, it's alright. People screw it up all the time. It's 4 letters and it's alliteration and I like it. Even though I hate the Patriots now, I just can't get rid of it because I've got username cred on Reddit.
It's all about that internet branding, man.
I know, right?
Run in a box, man. Run in a box. Run in a box. Run in a box.
So anyway, on the Reddit, I am Apad. On Twitter, I am at Andrew Paddock. You can follow me on Twitter at Andrew Paddock, and in real life, I'm just Andrew. You can also follow the
What
cast.
are you in the future world? Are you Space Andrew?
Apad 3000.
All right.
Yeah.
So this has been our HockeyCast After Hour. We'll be back next Monday. Are we going to be doing this 11:30 again, or are we going to do midnight?
I like the 11:30 start time.
Yeah, the 11:30 is good.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see you guys next time at 11:30. I think as APAT always said it, stay classy, San Diego.
Stay classic internet. Come on, Ron.
My bad. Or if we're gonna be
Get back in your box.
if we're gonna be more risque and reference Anchorman again, I guess you could say, "Go fuck yourself, San Diego."
Hey, this is a family show.
Oh yeah, we
Oof.
talk about flaccid bacon.
And like drunk food. In order to have drunk food, you have to get drunk first, and that's not exactly family friendly.
Anyway, um, good night, internet, and soon next Monday. That was a terrible sign off. Anyway, good night, everyone, and
Later,
enjoy the
haters.
games tomorrow.
All
What?
right.